Hey guys, it's Shania. So today, this was something that I decided last month while I had gotten this book that's been really encouraging for me, and I felt like to share it with you because I believe it's going to encourage you as well. Specifically for women, okay, but men, if you are watching, you are welcome to join in. I got this book called The Bible in 52 Weeks, a year-long Bible study. I got this book from the store called Five Below, and it was only $5. I seen it, and I heard, get this book, and I got it. And plus, like, it was one of my goals to read the whole entire word within a year, or if not, be consistent in reading my word. And this is a big help. So this is going to be a journey through the entire word, and we may be doing this weekly or bi-weekly, so either or, might fluctuate, but the goal is at least bi-weekly, but preferably weekly. Anyway, hope you are doing well today. Had a good day, had a good week so far. Yeah, I've gotten a little further, but we are going to start from chapter 1. So if you would like to join me, we'll get to that in a bit, but first I'm going to tell you a bit about it, like so yeah, how this is going to help you, us, and each other. Like, all right, so this will help you read and learn from the entire Bible. If you stay the course, you'll have read the entire Bible in a year's time, okay? But you can go at your own pace. Honestly, I've been days behind, but it's okay, like, as long as you like read somewhere, whatever fits within your schedule and time, as long as we are making some time or that time, okay? So it's to be sure that you get the most out of your time of meditation and study. Too often we don't complete books of this nature because they aren't as accessible as they should be, or we're just too busy. With this book, you'll only need about 15 minutes to complete your daily reading, and it will be time well spent. So, it is first important to know the makeup of the Bible consists of 66 books, 39 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New Testament. The Old Testament is divided into books of the law, historical writings, books of poetry, and minor writings by prophets. And the Old Testament contains a wealth of invaluable information and historical records that help us grasp the foundation on which our beliefs are established. The New Testament is made of the Gospels, the historical acts of the apostles, letters written by the apostles Paul, several other general letters, and the prophetic book of Revelation. The New Testament brings us hope through Jesus Christ. We are told of his miraculous birth, his influential life on earth, his horrific death, and his redeeming resurrection. And that's a great main focus of this month, because, well, every month really, but this month is Easter Sunday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the day that most people know as when he rose and saved us and all that. So yeah, we see the formation of the church, and we are trained and equipped for life and ministry, so that we may be prepared when the Lord comes back and we can live with him eternally. So, as you'll know, there are many translations of the Bible, but you can use whichever one you feel most comfortable with. So yeah. I love that that this book is actually written to complement any translation that you choose to read. So you can choose the one that gives you more clarity, the most clarity, while you're reading. It's about spending time, quality time with God through his word. Okay? So what you are going to need is your Bible, of course, or electronic if you have it on your phone, or if you want to do an audio. For those who don't really like to read, audio. Alright, so your notebook, your journal, or iPad, whatever you have to take notes. So yeah, and a pen or pencil, of course, to go along with that. So yeah. Okay. This is also great. Like, if you decide you want to get this book, it'd be great to also do like in a group study, like in a group Bible study, or if you want to have like your own group get together, you can get this and like have them do it on your own or do it with them together, and hear other people's thoughts and such, and just fellowship, community, and that help you encourage one another more. Whatever's you feel to do, or whatever's on your heart. Okay, I'm talking a bit much, but yeah, I'm still. Anyways, let's get started. Today, week one. Week one's focus is there's nothing too hard for God. There is nothing too hard for God. And day one, okay, I'm going to read to you your daily readings. Starting from day one, Sunday to Saturday. But it's okay, you can split it in however order you want. And if you fall behind, don't worry. It is okay. Just keep reading at the level that works for you. But according to this book, day one would be starting from the beginning at Genesis. Day one, Genesis 1 through 4. Day 2, Genesis 5 through 8. Day 3, Genesis 9 through 12. Day 4, Genesis 13 through 15. Day 5, Genesis 16 through 18. Day 6, Genesis 19 through 21. And day 7, you'll catch up on any readings that you've missed. Okay? So, the author of this book's purpose is to encourage the encourager. So, while you focus on the needs of those around you, remember that God has not forgotten about you. He hears your prayers and remembers your heart's desires and struggles. He posed a question to Abraham in Genesis 18:14. Is anything too hard for the Lord? And the answer is that there is absolutely nothing hard for God. Ephesians 3:20 says that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. There is nothing you could think of or ask that God cannot do. So In the story of Sarah and Abraham, God told Abraham that he would make him a great nation, and from all the families of the earth would be blessed. Genesis 12:2-3. This promise probably didn't make sense to Abraham at the time because he and Sarah had no children, and, well, into their senior years, they thought they were too old. In chapter 16, Sarah still hadn't had a child yet, so she took matters into her own hands and decided that Abraham should sleep with her maid, Hagar. And Abraham and Hagar had, I think I'm saying his name right, had a son named Ishmael, who God allowed it, but he did not ordain it. You must be mindful that when it comes to the promises of God, you shouldn't take matters into your own hands. In chapter 18, God made Abraham and Sarah in a specific promise, one that didn't make sense. The odds were against them because of their age. Abraham was 100 and Sarah was 90 years old. By this time, it had been 13 years since God made his original promise in chapter 12. And they had seen no signs of the earlier promise. Okay, so what do you do when you've waited so long and somebody is telling you that the impossible is still possible? What do you do when the promise just doesn't make sense? You've got to decide in your heart not to give into the doubt. I know it's easier said than done. I've had to learn the hard way that doubting hinders the progress to your promise, paralyzes you, and keeps you stagnant. It makes you want to take control rather than trust God with your life. However, when you replace doubt with faith, you give God something to work with. It's easy to be skeptical when the odds are against you, but I encourage you to trust God to keep his word. When you replace doubt with faith, trust that God will do his part, okay? And release the blessing. You have to believe that there is absolutely nothing too hard for God to do. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to leave you with some actions to do for the week. One, you can, this is according to, by the way, one, you can decide in your heart to think and speak positively, replacing negative words with positive ones. Two, make a commitment to yourself to intentionally respond to your doubts with declarations of faith. And then three, at the end of the week, note how speaking positively into your life has begun to have a good impact on your outlook and ability to trust God. Alright? That's all. I really enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. And I hope that it encouraged you, and you'll feel more on your spirit to read and spend time in God's presence. But yeah, peace and blessings.